it was not what it looked like in the picture, I'll just say. So welcome if you're new, or welcome back if you're returning. A couple of months ago I did a video where I reviewed my list of Amazon purchases in 2020. In case you're watching this in the future, it's currently 2022, and I always wonder, you know, when people do these Amazon review videos, which I love watching, these are often things that they like recently purchased. And so, you know, a couple years down the road, are they still using those items? So I went back and looked at my purchases from 2 years ago and, you know, kind of updated everyone on like what I thought of them and am I still using them. So I asked after that video if people would prefer me to do a review of my 2021 purchases, or to go back even further and do my purchases from 2019. And 2019 was the winner. So I have a folder loaded up here with all my purchases that I'm gonna scroll through and talk about, but I did just wanna warn you, I guess, that a lot of the items at this point, now it's, you know, 3+ years ago that I purchased these, a lot of them just aren't available anymore. So I wasn't able to include every single item from my purchase history, and even the ones that I did, a lot of them just aren't available. Another little disclaimer is that, you know, I didn't include things that I bought as gifts for other people, or like basic things like, you know, batteries or like household items. Obviously, you know, I think we can figure out like we still use those things. So it's really just the interesting stuff that I'll be talking about today. So let's go ahead and get started. And the first item that I purchased in 2019 was the South Shore Step 1 6-drawer double dresser in chocolate. And yes, I do still use this item. It is the dresser in our guest bedroom. Until I purchased this, I had been using my dresser that was like my childhood dresser. I took it to college, so it's actually in our basement currently, but it's been a well-loved and well-used dresser, but I wanted something a little more wide and low. Anyway, yeah, it's cheap. It's real cheap, but it was like the exact dimensions that I was looking for. So that's why I ended up getting this. I will say I tried looking at first for, you know, a used piece of furniture from, you know, Facebook Marketplace or whatever, and I just couldn't find anything that was the size that I needed. So this is fine. You have to treat it a little delicately, but yes, we are still using it. The next item is the Honest Beauty Magic Beauty Balm with fruit and seed oils. Multi-purpose, hypoallergenic, da da da. I forget where I had read about this. I think it was on my wish list for a while because I had seen in some blog or someplace that somebody was like raving about this product and it's just perfect for everything. You know, it's like a lip balm, a face moisturizer, a cuticle cream, like all these different things. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's not very moisturizing feeling. It didn't really have any properties that I particularly liked. I might have thrown it out by now. If not, it's probably rattling around in a drawer somewhere, but I really never used it and I wasn't like a huge fan of it. The next item is another guest bedroom item. It's the Limelights Stick Charging Outlet Table Lamp in brushed steel base with a gray shade. You can see in the screenshot it comes in a ton of different colors, and this is actually a great little lamp. Like I said, it is in our guest bedroom. It's on the bedside table there because the way that we had to place our furniture, there's really no good way to access an outlet. And so like if somebody was coming over, or even if we're in that room, there's nowhere to like plug in your phone charger or anything. So this lamp has a little just 2-prong outlet in the base of the lamp, so you can plug in a charger or something if you need, without having to crawl around behind furniture. So other than that, yeah, it's a great lamp. It has a little pull chain to turn it on, and like I said, it comes in a bunch of different colors, so I would recommend this. It would make a great bedside table lamp that would probably, you know, match any kind of decor. Next up is a bottle of Bliss Kiss Simply Pure Hydrating Oil, which is like a nail and cuticle oil. I learned about this several years ago from Christine of Simply Nailogical. I think she now makes her own nail oil products, but for a while she was always raving about the Bliss Kiss products, so I started using this several years ago. So what I ended up doing is I get these big bottles, which are a little expensive, but then you can get these little small bottles to take it with you in your purse, or I keep little bottles of it like all around the house, so I have little squeeze bottles, and also I've used the little cuticle oil pens for this. I really like this product. I've used some other cuticle oils as well, and actually I think there will be another one coming up in this video, but I highly recommend it to everyone. It is a little pricey, and again, there's totally other products out there, but I really like this stuff. Next is the Butyral steamer for clothes. It's a portable garment steamer, and I had for a long time wanted to try a steamer. I think I had one, but it was more for cleaning with like a pointy tipped nozzle. It wasn't like a clothes steamer specifically, and I had seen this in several people's videos and reviews, so I thought I'd give this one a try. Like, I guess it works. It's just really hard to use because when you're steaming clothing, you kind of need to like hold it taut to hold out the wrinkles, and you can't do that and, you know, hold the machine at the same time. So like, maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I never really understand the mechanics of steaming. So I guess it's fine. I've used it on other things as well. I've used it like on curtains, and actually on furniture. There's like some other little attachments that go on it that you can use sort of for like cleaning and refreshing things. So I've used it for that as well. I also don't know that I would call it portable because it's pretty huge, but like, I guess it works. It's just the steaming process in general that's sort of a mystery to me. The next one is the Zarpax Auto Dehumidifier. They're actually, it's a set of two little kind of like pillows with, I guess, something in them that, you know, absorbs moisture. I don't know what happened a couple years ago, but my car was just sort of like damp feeling and like musty feeling, and so I used one of these. I actually have only ever used one. I think I still have the second one somewhere, but I just threw it like in the backseat cup holder of my car, and it did really absorb the moisture. There's like a little dot printed on the product that's supposed to turn color when it's time to replace it because it's absorbed too much moisture, and I don't think it ever turned color, but it definitely did resolve whatever kind of mustiness issues were going on in my car at that time. I think I've talked about these before in some of my like what's in my work bag videos, but these are the Sharpie gel highlighters. So if you are highlighting like thin pages, or just something where you don't want like the marker of a highlighter to potentially you know, show through the other side of a piece of paper, these are really cool. They're actually more like a crayon almost of gel, so you can highlight without like liquid ink transferring through paper. So I really like using these. They're just kind of fun and something different. It looks like this is out of stock, but there's a bunch of different gel highlighter options available. Sometimes they're called Bible highlighters, I think, because again, if you think of like the thin pages of a Bible, they're sort of designed for that purpose. All right, the next item here is the Chaseko or Chic Eco Travel Bag. I definitely did highlight this in a video previously, actually probably a couple times. I have the large size of this tote bag, but it comes in a number of different sizes, ranging from like a smaller tote all the way to like what I would consider a carry-on piece of luggage almost. The size that I have is definitely like a large purse. You might be able to fit a small laptop in it, definitely like some papers or files, but I have used this both as a purse and also as like a tote for travel or for work. I actually just took it recently on a trip, and I had taken it on a trip when I first reviewed about it and used it kind of as like both my like handheld piece of carry-on luggage and kind of a work tote while I was at an event. So It looks like they only have it in black and like one other color now. I think it used to also come in a bunch of different colors. I'll see if there's an updated version of this listing maybe, but yeah, I really like it and I definitely use it regularly. Okay, this is like a boring one that almost didn't make the cut in here, but it is the Ruolin pack of metal hanging S hooks. So they're I'm not sure, 8 inches long. So it's basically a hook that you can then hook something else onto, and we use these on our porch for our hanging flower baskets. So there's like, you know, a hook or something on the roof of the porch, and then we have this thing that extends it down a little bit, and then we hang a basket off of that. Otherwise the baskets are just up really high. So yeah, these are fine. It was a set of 6 of them. We only used 2. I think I used a third one once for something else, but we only have 2 hooks on our porch. So I've only really ever used 2, but yeah, they definitely are still being used and they're still in fine condition. And another outdoor item, this is the Sunjo heavy duty garden hose. Definitely also still in use. It's actually probably the hose that has lasted the longest now after, I guess, like 3 summers now. It's on its 3rd summer. I will say though, the picture here is turquoise colored. Mine is yellow. It is bright yellow. I was sort of disappointed that it wasn't turquoise because obviously I love turquoise. So just be warned. Actually, I see in the listing now it says the color is green. Anyway, mine's bright neon yellow. But yeah, it's holding up great, and it, you know, it lives outside most of the year and it works fine. Okay, this is the wet brush. So if you're familiar with, you know, the brand The Wet Brush, I have several of them now. I love them for brushing my hair out of the shower. This one I had gotten because it's like vented, so you can use it while you're drying your hair. If I use a brush while I'm drying my hair, it usually is the wet brush, and so I figured this would be a good option. I actually ended up kind of retiring this one. It's now in my basket of travel supplies. So again, like I recently I took a trip, and that was the brush that came with me as my, you know, wet hair brush and brush to use while drying my hair. So I don't use it as an everyday thing at home, but it is still in use and it's fine and it's holding up fine. Okay, this was one that I couldn't find the exact listing. I found this similar one just to show you the picture. These are boots from the brand Ruolin. I'm not even sure if this is the exact style that I have, but it looks a lot like it, like a fair boots, I guess is the name of the style. Anyway, I love these. I had actually seen them on Zulily first and ended up searching for the same product just to see if it was anywhere else available for less, which it was. So I ended up ordering them from Amazon. They're fantastic. They're one of my favorite pairs of boots for the fall and winter. They're just a nice height, kind of like low calf. They're suede. I have mine in black. It looks like they only in this listing have gray or brown available, but mine are black. They're just great zippers. They're comfortable. They're a nice height. You know, you can dress them up or down. So definitely one of my favorite pairs of boots, which is why I wanted to include them in here, even though, again, I'll see if I can find them for real, but it doesn't look like this is the exact listing anymore. The next item here is the Ethique Hair Sampler Solid Shampoo and Conditioner Set. So it's 3 shampoo bars and 2 conditioner bars in this set. They were about this big. I got them because the Lush shampoo bars that I had been using were discontinued, and I heard good things about this brand, and so I thought, oh, a sampler set, you know, I can just try a bunch at once and see what works for me. I didn't really love any of them in this set. I actually ended up giving them away on my local Buy Nothing group to, you know, someone else who wanted to try them. I think a lot of them just ended up being way too moisturizing for me. I don't know, I'm still looking for an exact dupe of that Lush shampoo bar that I really love. But until then, these weren't it for me, but I know people do rave about this brand. Now this is another product that I have definitely mentioned before. This is the Tmoy Small Travel Jewelry Case, and I have used this, continue to use this. It's a great little jewelry case. I like it because primarily I wear earrings, and so this has a nice little spot to organize all your earrings. Either post or dangly earrings will work on it. It also has a little bar for rings, so I don't really wear a ton of rings, but I can put my wedding ring on that. And then it has a nice little spot to organize a couple necklaces, and again, I don't really wear a ton of necklaces. If I'm taking one, it's perfect because there's nothing else for it to get tangled into, but it has a couple little options for organizing those as well. So it's just really well made. I also like that it's fabric, so you can kind of squish it into whatever space you have in your suitcase. Like I said, I did just take a trip recently and took this with me. It worked great, so yes, I'm totally still using it. This is the Lovearoo women's boho open front cardigan color block long sleeve loose knit lightweight sweater. I had seen this, I think, in somebody else's video or a blog post about designer looking sweaters and things. I really liked it. It was definitely way nicer quality than I had expected. Like very nice, heavy material. I think the length was just not quite right for me. It was like a little too long on me. So I did end up either selling or donating it, but it was a really nice sweater. So if you're a little taller than me or a little differently proportioned, this might work for you. It looks like it's still available in a ton of colors, so it was really nice. It just didn't really end up working for me on my body. Okay, this was an item that I ended up returning, but I had to include it in here because it was just so crazy. So this is the women's black Renaissance Peasant Blouse ruffle pirate boho top from the Scarlet Darkness store. And I had gotten this because every year my friends and I go to the Renaissance Fair. You've probably seen some of my previous Ren Fair videos on this channel if you've been watching. But I don't, you know, we don't usually like dress up. And one year I was like, maybe it would be fun to just get like a fun kind of Ren Fair top that I could wear with jeans and just look like a little bit more, you know, dressed for the part. So I got this one. It looks like a, you know, a nice top. It had like a little corset piece built into it and sort of like some gathering at the shoulders. It was so crazy. It fit so crazy. It was so short. It was like just the proportions of this thing were so weird, and when I went back and actually read the reviews, I don't know why I didn't look at them at first, or maybe I didn't believe them, but yeah, it's crazy. So I see it's not available anymore, which is probably a good thing, but yeah, it was not what it looked like in the picture, I'll just say. All right, this is a MDF 3-section file holder or document sorter, and I got this actually to sort my husband's mail because he has a habit of letting all his mail stack up and there's like important things in there. So what I ended up doing was sort of labeling each section like, this is probably junk mail, this is maybe junk mail, but maybe you want to take a look at it, and like these things actually look very important. You can tell when something's an important piece of mail. So anyway, we ended up using this to sort his mail, and it worked great until 2020 came and we ended up, you know, working from home full time, and that sort of took over his whole office room, and I don't think he even has this on his desk anymore. I think it's like stuck on a shelf somewhere. So obviously we're not using it anymore currently, but it did work for its intended purpose when we first got it. And I think it was, again, it's not available, so I don't remember what the price was, but I think it, you know, for the value, it was fine. It held up fine, and I mean, it still exists and it's still in good condition. We're just not using it currently. The Circleware Farm Glass Butter Dish with Glass Lid. I grew up using a butter dish like this. I had one in our first home, like when we first moved into a house together, we had a butter dish like this, and I guess a few years ago it broke and I couldn't find a glass kind of large butter dish like this anywhere. I ended up getting some, you know, regular like stick of butter sized butter dish from somewhere, and I hated it. So when I finally found this style of butter dish again, I got it. So yes, we definitely still use it because it's where I keep all my butter. And what I really like about this style of butter dish, it is sort of like a wider rectangle. I know there's actually like a divide in the United States, and I know that butter also has a different shape in Europe. So on the eastern half of the United States, butter comes in a stick, and I think on the western half, and most European butters come in more of like a rectangular block. they're both the same quantity of butter, they're just in a different shape. We actually use both types. We get regular stick butter from the grocery store, of like our regular unsalted butter for cooking, but then we also usually keep some Kerrygold butter on hand, which is a European butter that comes in the brick. So what I actually end up doing is, if you put the brick type of butter in there, you can also fit a East Coast stick cut in half. So our butter dish is actually loaded up with butter, but I really like this also because you can use it for other things. I've used it to serve like a cream cheese dip. If you take like a block of cream cheese and drizzle like some sauce or something over it and use it as a dip, the little lower tray of this is perfect for that. And I think you can also, you know, serve things out of the wider half of the tray. So I really like it, and I was glad to have found it again, and yes, we're totally still using it. All right, the Daily Ritual women's boat neck t-shirt. If you watched my 2020 Amazon purchases, you would have seen this come up. This is from 2019, so this was probably actually the first time I purchased this, and then I ended up buying it basically in every color that I like. You can see in the screenshot that it is still available and comes in a bunch of different colors. Like I said, I have it in every color that I like now, which is basically all the blacks, blues, and grays. I would get it in a million colors if it came in other colors I like. This is absolutely my favorite top, probably one of my favorite pieces of clothing I've gotten from Amazon. The reviews are very mixed, and some people don't like this about it, but what I really like is that it's sort of loose and flowy, but it doesn't have like a waistband, but it does sort of become a little bit more fitted. Basically, it's not like a big boxy thing. I feel like for me, it's a very flattering, loose look that's just like not clingy and doesn't like emphasize things you don't want to emphasize, but it's very comfortable and flattering. So anyway, if you feel like your body looks like my body, give these shirts a try because they're absolutely my favorite tops. And then another Daily Ritual clothing item is the women's terry cotton and modal full zip hooded sweatshirt. I think I had seen a review of this somewhere. It is a really very nice hoodie. I don't know about the price, like it's almost $40, and I feel like it was similarly priced when I got it, which is a lot for a basic plain hoodie, but it is a very nice weight. It's not like a heavy sweatshirt, but it's also not like a thin t-shirt material, which is what a lot of my like thinner hoodies are like. It's sort of in between. It's that terry, you know, sort of like rough, fuzzy inside. And yeah, I mean, it's just very nicely made, nice weight, nice quality. Again, don't know if I'd pay that price for it, but I definitely do still have it and wear it. Okay, this was one that I actually had to find a different listing because the original one that I bought in 2019 didn't exist anymore, but this is the Human Gear Go Tub set of 3 travel containers. I've definitely spoken about this before in a like travel items video. They make a couple different sizes of these Go Tubs, so there's like a larger one that's almost like a hockey puck size, and then there's a smaller one that's about yay big around, maybe like a, you know, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch high, and it's totally sealed, like liquid tight. The way that the lid clamps on, you have to kind of like squeeze it to snap it on and off, so it's not going to just pop open or crack open when you're traveling. And so it's great for any kind of liquids, or also just small items like little earrings or pills or different things. So again, I keep mentioning that I recently took a trip, so I did use this for some of my liquids. I was actually just thinking maybe I should get some more because it does work out so nicely, and the plastic is just like really nice soft plastic. I have some other travel containers that I have used for years. They're like hard, brittle plastic that's sort of splintering apart at this point. So I really like these. They make some other bottles and travel things as well. So I think this Human Gear brand is great, and the Go Tubs are great, and yes, I'm obviously still using them. Okay, here's the other cuticle oil that I alluded to before. This is the Ucchio Naturale Revitalizing Cuticle Oil, and I have it in the milk and honey scent. This one I learned about from a different nail YouTuber, Kelly Marissa. She uses this cuticle oil and I think some other Ucchio brand items regularly. So this one one comes in its own little dropper bottle, and actually the bottle is really neat. I don't think that there's a picture of it in this screenshot, but it's it has a flat base, or it has one side that's like cut on an angle, and so you can store it kind of tilted. So as you get down to the bottom of the bottle, you can sort of tilt it to continue reaching down to the last drop. It's very nice, but yeah, it's nice. The scent was nice. They have a bunch of different scents. I usually just aim for unscented, so I'm not sure why I chose this one. But yeah, you know, if you're looking for a cuticle oil, I can recommend this one as well, and yes, I am still using it. I'm pretty sure that I have mentioned this backpack before, maybe in a video about like bags for traveling. This is the Pincell Women's Backpack Purse Waterproof Nylon Anti-Theft Rucksack Lightweight Shoulder Bag. Basically, it's a backpack that also has a strap that you can just wear over your shoulder if you want to wear it more as a shoulder bag alongside of you. And the thing that I really like about it is the zipper to enter the main pocket of the backpack is on the side that's against your back. So basically, you know, for safety, so people aren't just, you know, reaching into your backpack while you're walking around or in a crowd, it makes it a little bit harder to get into. It's not anti-theft in the sense that it has like, you know, slash proof qualities or locks or different things. It's really, I think, just about the placement of where that zipper is. But for that reason, it's really one of the few backpacks that I do feel comfortable like wearing out in a, you know, crowd or situation like that. I've taken it to a number of different events. I actually have a second one now that's in just solid faux leather. This one is nylon with like a leather strip down the middle, but I have another one that's just all leather. So yeah, I really like it. I do still use it. It does come in two sizes, I think medium and large, and I have the medium, which is sort of like a backpack purse size. So the large size would be more like a school, you know, book bag size. But yeah, I really like it, and actually I see them more and more, people carrying this exact style of bag. So it's obviously a popular thing. All right, this is the Daily Ritual Women's Jersey V-neck t-shirt. I have this one in black, and I also have it in a light blue color. I was actually just wearing the light blue one the other day, so yes, I do still wear these. The one that's on screen here is a different style than the one that I'm wearing. It's like a little looser, softer material. I really like the material of it, so yeah, I would recommend. And like I said, obviously I'm still wearing it. It's just a basic kind of v-neck t-shirt. Next is the Lodge Dutch oven, 6 quarts in midnight chrome. This, I had been reading a lot of reviews. I'd wanted a Dutch oven for a while, and this one is basically like the highest rated value comparison to the Le Creuset enameled cast iron Dutch ovens. So I really, really like it. Definitely use it pretty regularly. Not so much now that we're in the middle of summer, but it's kind of my go-to thing for like making chili, for making soup, you know, especially one where I would need to like use my immersion blender, like a butternut squash soup or something where I'm going to cook all the ingredients and then blend it up at the end. It's great for, you know, if you need to take something from the stovetop to in the oven. I will just say my oven has like the two compartments in it, and I usually just use the smaller compartment because like why heat up the whole giant oven when you just need to cook one thing. But this Dutch oven is a little tall, a little too deep to fit in that compartment usually. So I do have to keep that in mind. If I am taking something from the stove to the oven, I need to make sure that it's, you know, it's gonna fit. And actually I got this, I know I said I don't include gifts when I do these, but I got this at the same time as I got a different color as a gift for a friend, and so hopefully she likes hers as well and is still using hers. But yes, I definitely am still using this. Okay, this is the TASAMO Women's Summer Sleeveless Pleated Back Closure Tank Top. There's a couple tank tops coming up, I think, because I bought a couple just to like test out and see which ones I liked. This one I kept, obviously. You can see it comes in a ton of different colors and patterns, and what you're not seeing in this screenshot, so it is kind of gathered in the front. It just has like, you know, just a little something different, and then on the back there's actually like a button closure at the top, so sort of like a keyhole back with a button at the top, which I think is just a little, again, something different, a little different detail. So I think I had originally been looking for these as something to wear like under, you know, cardigans and stuff for work, but I actually ended up wearing these primarily as just tank tops on their own, and so for that reason I do like that it has that little extra detail, and yeah, still in my closet and I'm still wearing it. And so here's the other one that I kept. This is the Iman Women's Pleated Scoop Neck Sleeveless Stretch Basic Soft Tank Top. So again, you can see this one comes in a bunch of colors. It's also gathered in the front in a little different way. It doesn't have that back detail, but it is just like a kind of nice drapey tank top, so you know, you could tuck it in, you can wear it loose, and I think this one's also very flattering. And here is the last item on the list. This is the newer ring light kit, 18 inches, comes with a dimmable ring light, a stand, a carrying bag, different covers for different light modes, and guess what? My camera is on it right now, so yes, I'm totally still using this light. This is what I use for most videos that I shoot at home where I'm sitting down like this. I almost always have the camera on this ring light. Sometimes I don't even turn the light on and I just use it as a tripod, but it made such a big difference in the quality of the videos that I am shooting at home. So yeah, highly recommend this one. I forget what the price was originally when I bought it, but it was a really great price then, so hopefully it's still comparably a good price. And yeah, everything just packs up really nice into a little case. I just kind of tuck it away in a corner when I'm not using it, so you know, I don't leave it set up all the time, but it's very flexible, adjustable, and yeah, it works great, and I'm very happy with it still. So I hope you enjoyed that review of my 2019 Amazon purchases and whether or not I'm still using them or recommend them. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and then let me know in the comments, should I at this point try to do a review of 2021 purchases, or should I attempt to go back even further to 2018? I'm just thinking it's gonna be hard to find some of these items still, just the way things kind of disappear from Amazon, and even 2019 I wasn't able to get everything. So if you're interested in, you know, a 2018 purchase review, at least of what I can find, let me know in the comments. Or if you prefer 2021, you can leave me that comment as well. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed and found this interesting, and thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.